We have made a discovery that will take time to verify, but if confirmed, it changes everything. They weren't supposed to release this yet. Sources inside NASA say, unprecedented announcement. Could this be the biggest discovery in history? This is the image that started it all. A drill hole, and something growing out of it. It could be contamination. We triple-checked. It's not from Earth. Then publish. But if we're wrong, if we're right, history will forgive us. But before we ask if it's alive, and we have to ask, what exactly did they find? Stay tuned for Part 2. Jezero Crater, a 45-kilometer-wide ancient lakebed. 3 billion years ago, this was a river delta, the perfect place to preserve fossils. The rover Perseverance is now drilling at Pinnacle Ridge. The rover's Sherlock and Pixel instruments detected long-chain organic molecules, not simple methane, complex carbon chains, the kind life makes. The instruments also identified chlorinated hydrocarbons, further suggesting complex organic chemistry. Then came the images. Microstructures that look eerily like fossilized bacteria. Same size, same shape, same grouping patterns. They align perfectly with known Earth bacteria groupings. Life prefers lighter isotopes. The Mars sample shows exactly that signature. A carbon-12 to carbon-13 ratio that is almost impossible to produce without biology. This isotopic signature is one of the strongest indicators of past biological activity. When heated, the sample released phosphine, a gas on Earth produced almost exclusively by bacteria in oxygen-free environments. The presence of phosphine adds another layer to this extraterrestrial puzzle. But before we get excited, we've been here before. 25 years ago, NASA thought it found life on Mars, and they were wrong. The truth behind that discovery, and this one, awaits in Part 3. NASA scientists today announced evidence of ancient microbial life in a meteorite from Mars. The announcement sent shockwaves through the world. It felt like the ultimate discovery had finally arrived. But the fossils they found were unlike anything seen before. Headlines screamed of life on Mars. The structures were tiny, worm-like shapes. They looked remarkably biological under the microscope. But they were smaller than any known Earth bacteria, leading to immediate scientific skepticism. Critics argued they were just mineral formations. The intense scientific debate lasted for over a decade. By 2006, the consensus shifted. Most scientists concluded the fossils were likely not life. They were dismissed as artifacts of sample preparation. It was a humbling lesson for the entire community. The dream of Martian life was deferred once again. But it wasn't the first time we'd been teased. Earlier, in 1976, Viking's labeled release experiment actually tested positive for active metabolism. A soil sample was injected with nutrients, and the sensors detected bubbles, a classic sign of life. But most concluded it was just a strange chemical reaction. That debate, however, never fully died. Then came the methane mystery. Seasonal spikes that could be biological or geological. The Curiosity rover detects it, then it's gone. The data is frustratingly inconsistent. After 20 years of searching and debating, we still don't have a definitive answer. But this time is different. This time, the scientists have more than just one lone clue. They are holding back the announcement, which is the strongest signal yet that it's probably real. The evidence is stronger, more detailed, and it's leading us straight to the truth in Part 4. Welcome back. Today, we dive into the heart of the discovery. Why do scientists actually think it's aliens? The evidence isn't just a single data point. It's a mountain of facts that's becoming impossible to ignore. First, consider the multi-instrument consensus. 4 different instruments, 4 different methods. From laser spectroscopy to X-ray fluorescence, they all pointed their sensors at the exact same sample. All came to the same conclusion. This sample is unlike any non-biological material on Mars. On Earth, when 4 independent labs agree, we listen. On Mars, it's a scientific revolution. Then there are the impossible patterns. Crystals in nature form random, jagged shapes. But these microstructures form repeating, organized patterns. Chains, clusters, and even spiral shapes. A non-biological crystal would be chaotic. These look like colonial bacteria found in Earth's deep past. That level of organization is not easy to fake geologically. It suggests a biological architect. Next, look at the chemical complexity. We start with simple molecules at the base, like CO2. But the Mars sample contains amino acid precursors and long-chain fatty acids at the top. Non-biological chemistry rarely produces these chains. They are a hallmark of cell membranes. When you find the components of a cell wall, you're looking at the remnants of life itself. NASA has learned from past mistakes. They knew the world would shout contamination. The drill was sterilized. The tube was sealed. There was no Earth contact for months prior to drilling. They've ruled out Earth contamination with 99.9% confidence. This is truly Martian. But the most stunning part? They didn't find it once. They found it twice. 2 different locations, 2 different rock layers. Miles apart, but with the same anomaly. When a result replicates across a planet, it's no longer an accident. It's a pattern. But science demands skepticism. Under biological, we have complex organics and organized structures. Under non-biological, we have questions. Could there be a non-biological explanation? Yes. Before we call it aliens, we must rule out every alternative. We must be certain. Because if this isn't a geological quirk, then we are officially not alone. The final hurdle is the most difficult. In Part 5, we look at the devil's advocate theories. Can geology mimic life so perfectly? Or is the answer staring us in the face? Join us next time for the conclusion. Serpentinization, a geological process that produces organic molecules. This reaction produces methane and simple amino acids without any biological intervention. It is a powerful reminder that complex chemistry doesn't always mean life. Then there is radiolysis, cosmic rays bombarding the surface and breaking down molecules. This process can create complex organic compounds over millions of years. It's a slow process, but Mars is incredibly old, giving it plenty of time to accumulate. Clay minerals can also act as catalysts. Their unique structure acts as a template for assembly. These chains mimic biological patterns, arranging simple organics into complex polymers. To the untrained eye, they look like the building blocks of life, but they are not alive. Then we have the false fossil problem. Mineral formations that perfectly mimic the shapes of bacteria. On Earth, even experts have been fooled by these structures. Mars likely has its own versions. Distinguishing a true fossil from a pseudo-fossil is one of the greatest challenges in astrobiology. But why do these alternatives often fail? Each one explains a single piece of the puzzle. Radiolysis doesn't produce organized chains. Clay doesn't show isotope fractionation. None explain all the pieces together. That is why this particular discovery is so different. The only way to know for sure is to bring these samples home for study. Under every microscope on Earth, the truth will finally be revealed. That mission is already underway. Stay tuned for Part 6. NASA and ETSA are building the most complex robotic mission in history. A relay race across 200 million miles, connecting 2 worlds like never before. 3 specialized spacecraft. 1 goal: to bring a piece of another world home. First, the lander touches down. Its mission: to collect what the Perseverance rover left behind. 2 small helicopters fly out. They can reach places the rover simply cannot. Every tube is precious. Every grain of sand a scientific treasure. Then, the Mars Ascent vehicle, a 3-meter rocket, prepares for the ultimate leap. It is the first rocket ever launched from another planet. A historic first. One wrong move, and 30 tubes of Martian history are lost forever. The orbiter is waiting, already in position, ready for the high-stakes rendezvous. It catches the container in mid-orbit. Now, the most critical sealing process begins. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out. The samples are now sealed in a triple-walled sphere. The journey home begins. A long, lonely voyage through the cold vacuum of space. The capsule hits the atmosphere at 12 kilometers per second. A bullet from another world. No parachute. Actually, yes. A heat shield and a parachute bring it safely to the Utah desert. And then, we will finally know. Not probably. Not maybe. We will know if we are alone in the universe. The answer we've sought for centuries. But the answer to that question might be the most terrifying of all. Join us for Part 7. Are we alone? Humans have asked this question for 10,000 years. Now, we are just 3 years away from an answer. Continuing the zoom out through the solar system, passing the gas giants. If Mars once had life, even simple bacteria, then life is not a miracle. It is a rule of the universe. That means the galaxy is likely teeming with it. Imagine the global impact, new histories being written and our place in the cosmos redefined. From the streets of Tokyo to the squares of London, humanity looks to the stars with a single unified question. But what if it's not life? What if the sample is just dust? Then we have discovered a new kind of chemistry, one that mimics biology perfectly. That would be fascinating, but also incredibly lonely. This brings us to the Fermi paradox. If life is common, where is everybody? Maybe life is common, but intelligent life is rare. Or perhaps we are the first. We listen to the static, waiting for a pattern that never comes. Regardless of the answer, we keep searching. Mars is just the beginning. Europa, Enceladus, Titan, the next decade will rewrite every textbook we have. We are a species of explorers. We cannot help but look for our reflection in the stars. We have made a discovery that will take time to verify. But if confirmed, it changes everything. It changes who we are. We have made a discovery that will take time to verify.